dry bar. MIG welding completely fuses the metal together.
Yes.
If you do it right. No chicken poop welds. The welding rod is automatically fed in the MIG welding process.
Yes.
You squeeze the trigger, we don't push the wire out, do we? No. The most common shielding gas for MIG welding is what? 75-25. This one here you will not get, you might. What welding process is replacing oxygen acetylene is the best way to cut modern car metals? We didn't use it this year because it's broke. No. Starts with P. Plasma arc cutting. We don't use it for two reasons. One, it was broke, and two, it causes way too many sparks. Okay? You are more than likely not. Do you have one at the shop you work at, Elijah? Do they use it? Why? Ask them. They'll tell you two reasons. It cuts metal great, but it throws way too many sparks.
Plasma what?
Plasma arc cutting. I would have used it this year, but it's broke and I've never fixed it. We don't even use it. What are the three basic methods for joining metal together in automobile assembly?
Well,
Weld's one of them. What else holds them together? Nuts and bolts. What else? Think of what we did with the rockers on Jeremy's grandpa's truck.
Pinch pliers.
No, what did we use for the bottom, remember? Glue. Yep. Those are the three things that hold cars together from the factory. Nuts and bolts, spot welds for welding, and chemical. What does MIG stand for?
Metal. Inertia.
That's the first one. Metal.
Inertia.
Inert. Gas.
metal.
Inert. I-N-E-R-T. What's the most common wire size?
0.35.
What?
0.35.
Close, 23. 23. 0.23. What are four welding positions? Remember the welding positions we did? Okay.
Side.
Vertical, horizontal, going down would be flat, and what's the one we hated the most?
Upside down.
Overhead. And nobody did much, because, yeah.
We did it on my exhaust.
Yes, we did. What type of gas is used in TIG welding? Remember me talking about this? No? TIG welding. We don't have a TIG welder. Remember me talking about the TIG welder? Remember when I said I put the wrong gas on the MIG welder one day at our shop?
Yeah.
And it was 100% what?
Argon.
Yep. And it will not work on the MIG welder. It comes in a different colored bottle. That's the only way I knew what was wrong when somebody told me. Okay? What are the 6 basic welding techniques now? Think about what we did when we welded our metal together. What did we do? We did what? We tacked it together. We tack welded. What did I tell you you'll never do when you're welding together? And you go like this. Continuous. Why don't we weld continuously?
Down there gets too hot.
Too hot, it could melt it, and what's the other thing? It'll work the snot out of it. We don't want to cause a fire. What was the most typical weld we did? We popped a hole in it and we did what to it?
Plug weld.
Plug welded it.
Wait, what was the issue with 26?
We're on right now. Tack, continuous, and plug. The other ones is stitch weld, spot weld, and lap weld. Okay? Stitch, spot, and lap. The one you're going to do the most is
Spot on what?
lap. When you lap it over. That's what we did with Jeremy's grandpa's truck. We lapped it over. What is the most common type of weld on automobiles today? Spot weld. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. What are the two gases used in oxygen acetylene tanks? It gives it to you right there, oxygen and acetylene. Oxygen and acetylene. Remember smelling the acetylene? It's got a distinct smell to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The American Welding Society recommends what grade number of lens or MIG welding?
B.
Now,
A.
remember what our welding helmets were set on?
C.
What was it set on?
Like 8.
10.
9 and 10. Okay. The problem is, if it's too light, it'd be like wearing our dark safety glasses. Well, it wouldn't do you much good. Okay? Wouldn't do you much good. When plasma cut, skip 30, because we don't even. When MIG welding, the work must be grounded. True or false?
True.
How many times this year did we try welding without a ground?
Never.
I think some of us did one time.
Too
Okay.
many.
It has to be grounded. It won't. Can I take my ground? Look up here. Can I take my ground, hold it on what I'm welding and weld?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's grounded. Now you'll get a better ground if you do this, but you can just hold it in your hand, ground it, and weld. As long as it's grounded. Can you get shocked from a battery doing this?
No.
Touching a negative and a positive?
No.
Can I get shocked by doing that?
No.
Negative, positive? No.
No.
You cannot get shocked from a battery. Okay? You can't get shocked from a battery.
So then why is everybody waiting to take the little things off?
I don't know, beyond, well, because they've never been taught. Now, you don't want to cross them, you don't want to touch, but you cannot get shocked from a battery. Now, you get into coil packs and stuff on it, you can get lit up by them. I would never grab a spark plug wire, push them, they'll light you up. But a battery cannot hurt you. It can blow up. Skip 32, we didn't talk about that. Skip 33, body fillers require a hardener to cure, true or false? What happens if you don't put a hardener in it? It'll never harden. It'll dry out. If I take the lid off of my mud today, when I come back in here in the fall, will my mud be any good? Will my mud be any good? No, it'll be dried out. It'll be junk. Will it be hard? No. No, it won't be hard. I can't sand it, but it won't be any good. Before applying body filler, all holes, cracks, and gaps must be welded. True or false? True or false? Why?
Because it'll just sink through.
Can we mud over a hole?
No.
No. No, it has to be welded completely. When we weld things in, we put Jeremy's, on his grandpa's truck, and we put that rocker in. Did we go like this and weld like that? And leave it?
No.
What did we do? We came back and did this. We filled in all the gaps.